How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video on this YouTube channel. Now, I know it's been a while since I've uploaded. It's just really been, focusing on my final week of the PSGL League, and then also a lot of football practice, and then school actually starting back up pretty soon. But yeah, I've had this video completely edited for the longest time. It's just my career has really just been pissing me off lately. I mean, you start off with such a slow car, and there's just no motivation, and overall the quality of the races are just very boring because you usually just end up behind people, and then the AI just have supreme traction coming out of the corners. But I'm just gonna spoil a little bit. I actually skipped Spain, and we're going straight to Monaco after this Grand Prix. Actually, I think Imola too also got deleted. But yeah, they were just overall just boring races. Just nothing. Just finishing or qualifying near last, and just finishing near last. I mean, not really much I can do with the car, but definitely going into Monaco, the performance gap is shrunken, and we've also had developments, so definitely hoping to get points or at least a top 15 finish. But as you can see here, we are in Miami. I don't really like the track, to be honest with you guys. I'm just not a big fan of just the super wide straights. Like, I get it, you want to have a lot of room for overtaking, but I just don't like the really wide straights, especially the second straight. You guys will see soon. But yeah, I did race here in the PSGL League, but unfortunately I did DNF. I just got side to side with somebody, and unfortunately clipped the wall. And it was a pretty interesting race, especially since it actually started raining in Miami, which you don't really see too much unless it's hurricane season. But yeah, it was actually around here where I clipped the wall, and I decided to just retire myself since I knew I was just going to finish dead last, as it was towards the closing stages of the race, and I had to pit for a new front wing, and overall a lot of us were close together. So yeah, I definitely have practice here, but then again, this car is absolutely atrocious, super heavy, and this was actually recorded before a couple of the patches, I'm pretty sure. So we do lose. You might see a couple of close moments throughout the race, but definitely as I re-raced this for the weekly event, the cars were definitely a bit more stable, although I did change the setup quite a bit, as this is a not a very stable back end setup for this, as we go P6 2/10 or almost 3/10 of a second behind Kevin Magnussen. But yeah, the setup for this car is definitely a much more unstable back, as I was more so thinking of F1 21 instead of realizing this game's setups are nowhere really close to last year's game, and having a stiffer rear end made it more stable. You didn't lose the back end that much, but then again, also in this game, even no matter what, you're gonna have problems accelerating, as I can't tell if this is a glitch from just the editor or a glitch in the game, as I know a couple of times the game has glitched very badly. I think it was due to F1. They switched back the graphic settings, and I had to change them back. I've changed them back recently, but yet again, this was recorded a while ago. I've just now decided to record it because I had more spare time on my hands. But yep, here we are, going in for lap 2. I definitely think we could not get it into Q1, but definitely, or not get out of Q1, but definitely get up there, at least top, maybe 17, quite possibly. Like I've said again, the race pace is much better than our 1 lap fast pace, and I'm also pretty sure that I lowered the AI setting a little bit, just to have more, just so I can be closer to the AI, and they're not quite as fast, especially with some of the tracks that I don't really practice on, such as this one. That's why I waited a long time to even record it, was because I knew the PSGL League was going to race here, so I decided to wait and have to practice it. But even then, I did not do very good in the league racing in this track. I just didn't really like the track. I much prefer Austin compared to this, but it's all right. I like that part, but it's really hard to get fast there. Like, it's very easy. The AI absolutely suck in those slow corners that we just went through. But when you look at the F1 esports drivers, they just completely just glide right through it. It's mesmerizing to watch, incredibly hard to do. But I know we're definitely going to be faster than the AI coming through there. But as you can see, already 4/10 faster on our time as we go P17th, and I decide to end it there. I can't remember if I go out for another lap, but maybe I just ruined it. But we did qualify P18th last time we checked, but I'm sure we have probably gone down. As you can see, Kevin Magnussen, who we thought we could reach up, is up into P14, but we are shot down to P21, ahead of the GOAT himself, Nicholas Latifi, as this becomes a trend. Definitely not starting dead last, but just starting ahead of Latifi in P21. That's enough said. Let's get right into this race. Okay. As you can see here, we're starting off on the softs, and definitely in practice, the softs got destroyed very quickly. And as I go to check the tire tire temperatures, very cold. You definitely need to turn on the formation lap. I'm gonna turn it back on once I get back on MyTeam career mode, as I can't tell who tried to go for that, but now Latifi is trying to go on Vettel is actually trying to go on the outside. But yeah, we definitely need to turn on the formation lap again, as if you don't, your tires are just stone cold. And I know there's a glitch that actually sometimes if you miss your formation spot and it respawns you, it resets your tire temperatures and they start cold. So I'm definitely going to have to try not to get reset, as Sebastian Vettel sends it down the inside of us. But then again, here the AI are super slow, especially when they're clumped up together like this, as a couple go double wide. And we just touched the back of Alex Albon's Williams, but luckily no front wing damage, as we stay ahead of Sebastian Vettel. But they're just very fast and catching a slipstream on us, as we fall quite a ways behind Alex Albon. And actually Nicholas Latifi is gaining on us, and we're unable to send it on Sebastian Vettel. But very hard to manage your ERS here. You just lose so much with all of these straights, and the AIs, you're trying to defend the AIs, slipstreams and DRS activations, as not really much happens. Now we're trailing behind Sebastian Vettel, within 1.5 seconds of Alex Albon, but we still have to wait another lap to get DRS and go for Sebastian Vettel as I go a little bit wide here and compromise my exit. And having a good exit means everything, as if you look at the times, it started bobbing a little bit, but now as you can see, Sebastian Vettel so much faster down the straights than us and just gets such a big advantage as he's up over 1/10 of a second on us just from the straight. And I don't know if it's just because the AI just had the straight line speed, or if maybe he caught a slipstream on Alex Albon. But then again, I think if he would have caught a slipstream on Alex Albon, we could have caught a slipstream on him. So it is probably just the AI having superior traction and speed than us. Or maybe it's just a setup. I don't really know. But unfortunately, we could not get a move, as we do edge a little bit closer to Sebastian Vettel. And we're actually pulling away from Latifi and Stroll, who seem to be duking it out with what appears to be Alfa Romeo of probably Zhou Guanyu and I believe Yuki Tsunoda. As you can see, our teammate is up in a P15, doing very well. Has 2 Ferraris are completely dominating the front, and it's actually a 1-2 Ferrari, 3-4 Red Bull, and 5-6 Mercedes, as they are just chilling here. And Leclerc is actually the championship leader by quite a margin in this, not in real life. Complete opposite, as my boy Max Verstappen is 80 points ahead, and probably will have a good chance going into Belgium, as the Red Bull has superior straight line speed. But as you can see here, we're just edging ever so closer to Sebastian Vettel, but just so hard to overtake around here, as it is very, very narrow. And just one wrong move on the bumps, you can completely lose the back end, or even accidentally crash into Sebastian Vettel. As again, the AI just super fast down this straight, just gaining 1/10 of a second. As Marcus, I think that's his name, decides to keep us out 2 laps longer. But yeah, we're staying within DRS range, but the gap is just ever so extending between us and Sebastian Vettel. As you can see, our teammate has actually broken away. It is now may or may not actually have DRS on the AlphaTauri of Pierre Gasly or Yuki Tsunoda, although I think it is Pierre Gasly. We don't really get a move on Sebastian Vettel. Here, our teammate gets overtaken by Alex Albon. But actually here,
okay, be careful, the DRS is stuck open. You're going to have to come in to try to attempt to fix it. It's repairs now.
But yeah, our DRS gets stuck open. Now I'm remembering this completely changes the course of the race. And this hopefully will allow us to gain advantage on our opponents. So I am forced to pit lap 7, and actually driving with the DRS, it's not as great as you'd think. I mean, it kept us close to Leclerc, but coming through some corners, the back end was just slipping away from me, as they were unable to fix the DRS. Don't know why they didn't just shut it. We pit just behind Sebastian Vettel, and still a little bit behind Zhou Guanyu, as it seems staying out has helped us, as we are ahead of our teammate Théo Pourchaire, who has gotten to a little bit of a fight with Zhou Guanyu, and now we just really need to get to Sebastian Vettel. I mean, we have the DRS. He doesn't have DRS on Alexander Albon, and so we should have the straight line speed as we're unable to really get to Sebastian Vettel. Zhou Guanyu gets ahead of us, and actually it was Pierre Gasly who was behind and Yuki Tsunoda who's in front, as our teammate gets overtaken by Pierre Gasly, and we're just so behind on Zhou Guanyu. And actually here our DRS gets fixed, and it actually caught me by surprise a little bit by how good my car was braking, as this is the final lap. Like I said again, this game was really pissing me off, and I did not want to get overtaken by Pierre Gasly, and so I just kept replaying until I was able to crash into him, prevent him from overtaking me, and yeah, we finished P18th, and it actually helped our teammate getting into P19th, but just no points. So it doesn't really matter. Like I said again, the career mode and the AI straight line speed, I think it's fixed now, although I don't know if it's fixed on MyTeam career mode. Yeah, just really pissing me off. I mean, even though I know the car is garbage, but I know the development were up there with Aston Martin. So for them, to be having such great straight line speed and braking doesn't really make any sense, other than it is probably an AI issue. But as you can see, we actually go up a place ahead of Williams, 0 points. We're actually one of 3 teams with 0 points. As yeah, not the greatest race, and yeah, just very disappointing weekend. Just no pace whatsoever, and that's really all I have to say. I mean, I'm sorry for this video. It's probably very boring, but I just had to get one out because I hadn't uploaded in such a long time, and I'm not going to be racing in the PSGL League for quite a while due to my time zone and school and stuff like that. So definitely going to have another MyTeam career mode sometime next week. Hopefully soon. I'm just going to put so much practice into Monaco, and hopefully we can get points there. But other than that, like, subscribe, tell me what you guys want to see next. I'll definitely try to do maybe a R Factor race, something, something different. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.